All right, everybody, welcome back to the Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus. This week, we are talking about songs that were resurrected because of a film. So put your thinking caps on. Hurry up and Google real quick before this gets started and join us. We want to talk about songs that were resurrected because they showed up in a movie or show up in a TV show, and everybody goes like, "Oh, I love that song! Oh my god, I got to play it," and it becomes a hit again. So that's what we're talking about on this edition of the Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus. You're listening to the Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus, changing rock history one podcast at a time. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus. My name is Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Ludini, and I've got my usual cast of characters tonight, all the way from Nolans, Mr. Keith the Hawk Hawkins. What's going on down there, big guy?
There's a storm coming.
There's a storm coming, and it's the Hawkins
Yeah.
storm. All right. And
It's a tropical depression.
Oh, my God. No depression here. And sitting next to me in the co-pilot's chair this evening is Miss Lily V6 from Rock Rage Radio. What's up, Lily?
What's up?
What's up? We got Lily V6. We got Keith the Hawk Hawkins. And tonight, these songs that show up in a movie and you go like, oh, yeah, cool song. And then, like, you got a hankering to hear that song again, and it kind of becomes, you know, gets back into everybody's consciousness. And sometimes these songs stay in the consciousness. And I've got one in particular that I can't wait to throw out to the audience tonight to talk about. But there's a whole bunch. Lily's got notes. I know Keith's got notes. We're going to be talking about all that stuff tonight. But first of all, let's do a little podcast business. LudiniRockandRollCircus.com is the website. Go there. Check that out. When you see the podcast you like, the artists you like that we're talking about, please share the podcast around. It's a great way to promote music in 2018, almost 2019. I know. We're coming up on it. Also, there's some cool merchandise there, so hit the little store button there and get yourself a little Ludini swag, and that way you'll be all set and you make all your friends jealous. Take a photo, put it up on the internet, and send it to us. You can find all that at LudiniRockandRollCircus.com. If you'd like some behind-the-scenes stuff, you'd like to get in on the planning, you'd like to see some exclusive videos, some exclusive music, go to LouLombardiMusic.com/inner-circle, LouLombardiMusic.com/inner-circle, and you can get some cool stuff there as well. Okay, so we're going to get into it tonight. Where's what? What does that say? He's holding up a sign and we can't realize this. Where's the poop? What?
Popcorn.
Oh, we should have had popcorn. There's free popcorn truck tonight for anybody watching. Just go to your microwave and make it, and it'll be free.
Oh, he's got popcorn.
So movies and music have gone together since there pretty much has been movies and music. And we can all think of songs that just are completely associated with a scene out of a movie. We just can't get it out of our heads or associate with certain movies. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, and we're going to try to come up with a top 10 by the end if we can. You know, it's a little dangerous here with this crew. You
never come up with the same top 10.
So
It's like a game.
That'll be fun. So, and please chime in with your ideas too. Anybody's got any comments or whatever? I forgot to run a post this week on Facebook, so we're going to be watching the comments. Lily is our comment girl. So if you see some cool comments, let us know. But that's what we're talking about. A song that hit you hard in a movie, and you fell in love with it all over again. So that's the topic. So, and I got a little fun thing I want to do a little bit later on. There's a cool mashup out that's been out for a little while of Ozzy and Earth, Wind and Fire.
I saw.
So we're gonna kind of play around with that a little bit later on, but we'll get into that in a little while. So. All right, who wants to chime in first? Who's got one they want to talk about?
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say Old Time Rock and Roll in Risky Business.
Good one.
Because I proud to say that I've done that same thing that Tom Cruise has done just because I watched the movie one time. Yes, in my underwear.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow, that is such a like iconic tune. Except Keith being a musician, Keith and I both being musicians. Keith, are you? How many times did you have to play old time rock and roll?
A lot. Is this like a thing?
Yeah, in a band.
Not as much as Brown Eyed Girl, Sweet Home Alabama, but yeah, it's up there.
I mean, when I first started gigging, like in the '80s, it was like mandatory, man. So
that's a list of like regular.
Yeah, it's one. It's like those songs you just mentioned. It's also sort of like with Mustang Sally.
I love that song though.
So that's
Another one.
that's another classic that we could probably.
I feel like there are a couple on the list that might. Well, at least one more on the list that might be a thing for that.
Really, here's a cover of it. Do you guys want to hear a cover?
I do, especially if it says. Oh, I love her sunglasses.
This is Larkin Poe.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
Ooh, I like the voice.
And listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco.
All right, that's Larkin Poe, and you can just go to their YouTube channel, and you can check out all kind of Larkin Poe cool stuff. Bob Seger, Risky Business, Old Time Rock and Roll.
Classic scene.
Yeah.
I think it was redone in a couple commercials too.
Oh, yeah. It's like, it's iconic. All right, Mr. Hawkins, what have you got for us, big guy?
All right, what we got first is from the great movie Fight Club, Where's My Mind by the Pixies.
Nice.
Perfect pick for the perfect movie for that song. Because it just shows the plays during parts that Edward Norton's just losing it and falling apart, and his life is just a shithole, and then Brad Pitt's not making it any better. That's the perfect song for that scene. So,
Okay, I'm going to pick one. Can I pick one? Ooh, Mr. Cartier.
I knew you were going to do
Mr.
it.
Cartier.
yes, in the back.
Boy, there's a whole bunch of them. But I'm going to just choose because Lily and I talked about this first time. La Bamba.
Yay.
That was a song, like a 50s tune that, kind of was like nowhere doing nothing. And then the movie came out, and Los Lobos had like a top 40 hit with it. And so I think the stuff like that is really cool, that like when it actually gets on the radio. Do you guys want to hear like a kind of a punk rock rock and roll version of it?
For sure.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's Boki, B-O-K-I. You can find Boki on YouTube as well. So if you want to check out Boki Mejo. That's
Sure.
Boki Mejo, B-O-K-I-M-E-H-O, and you can find that on YouTube if you want to hear the punk rock sort of reworking of La Bamba. This kid looks like he's having a good time in his living room. So, but yeah, La Bamba, classic tune, and really kind of put Los Lobos on the sort of top 40 map. They were a Americana Tex-Mex band, popular on college radio, but when they did that, boom goes the dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite.
There you are, so.
Sorry, I wasn't on key there.
All right.
I
Okay.
haven't had enough to drink.
Who's next?
Oh, me.
All right, me.
Okay. So one of my favorite movies is Reservoir Dogs. So Stuck in the Middle with You, Steelers Wheel. I think that's freaking hysterical when he's cutting off the guy's ear as he's doing it.
You think you think torture's hysterical?
I do. Well, have you met me?
What
Are you
kind of
new?
Sick? Are you?
I think it's funny. Especially when he starts singing into it.
You guys know the Eagles of Death Metal?
I do now.
There you go.
The Eagles of Death Metal, real quick, their claim to fame is they were that band that got bombed in Paris. Remember that
Oh,
a couple
okay.
years ago when
Yeah,
there was that
yeah.
bombing at the concert or whatever?
That's
that
not
was
funny.
that was no.
Yeah.
Oh, bombings are hilarious.
Oh.
Yeah, I got bombed over the weekend. But
Zing.
yeah, how was your? Did you do anything on Labor Day, Keith? I mean, you're retired. I know you're retired, but did you do anything for Labor Day?
No, not really. I rehearsed and went to church and just, yesterday Sunday and yesterday I rehearsed last night for a gig tomorrow and I didn't do much, man.
Didn't do too much.
I got attacked by fire over the weekend.
You got attacked by what?
Fire ants.
Oh,
Fire ants. Ew.
Wow.
That
They're all
sucks.
over me.
How'd that
It's a
happen?
mess.
What happened?
They were in my backyard. They're everywhere. They just,
They're taking over.
I mean, they swarmed me. My leg was just like, they were all over my legs. They were biting the shit out of me, and it's just
Jeez.
not pretty. It was kind of painful.
You got to keep your dog away from that stuff, man.
No,
You know what I mean? Because that could really screw up your dog. Do you guys ever see that Jackass episode? There's some tribe
I never watched
in
it, though.
South America that their passage to manhood is they make this mitten and they fill it full of these fire ants. And the kids
Fuck
have to
that.
stick their hands in and keep it in there for a certain period of time.
I
So-
guess I wouldn't be turning into a man.
Yeah, so the Jackass guys did it, and they were jacked up after that, man. It was no joke,
No.
man. They were really
Yeah,
jacked up after that.
It was not a pleasant experience. I don't wish it on anybody. Well, almost anybody, but yeah, it was.
I'm
What's
sure
that?
there's a few people you could choose.
That's well, yeah. You live down in that climate, man. You got all kind of crazy critters down there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was not good.
Yeah, I was telling Lily before we came on that Sunday I drank myself sober.
Really?
I started drinking by 3:00 in the afternoon, and by midnight I was I'm just completely sober. What the hell? How does that
No.
happen?
Were you drinking whiskey?
Yeah. I was drinking my
Huh.
usual.
I'm not going to cover up my boobs.
Crash McCracken wants Lily to cover up her boobs.
He got to see them sort of in person on Wednesday when we were at the Dead Daisies Guitar Center thing,
Yeah.
where I met him.
I'll tell you guys why I didn't go out later. But so what do you guys give us another one, Keith? It's your turn.
Or this one here is a little different. I don't know exactly. I think it was an older surf tune, and it's in the beginning of Pulp Fiction. It's called "Miserable" by Dick Dale.
Yeah.
But I never knew what the song was, and then that movie come along, and it's in the beginning credits, and it's just all of a sudden it was in your head. It's a catchy little tune, and there you go. So I never knew what that song was. I loved it. I think it's one of the best movies ever. It's the Tarantino masterpiece. But in the beginning of that kind of there's obviously a lot more songs in that movie that are perfectly timed. But that song there in the beginning by Dale is one that just sticks with you.
Yeah, because that song, that movie kind of resurrected his interest in him, because nobody really knew about him.
Yep.
People had sort of forgotten about him unless you were a hardcore surf guy. And all of a sudden, here's something that getting your song in a big movie like that, prominently featured in a big movie like that, is as good as getting it on the radio. Because if the movie's really famous, you get in a movie like Pulp Fiction, you know what I mean? Everybody's going to want to know, well, who did that song? What is that song? I like that song. And I think that's the same thing with the Steelers Wheel song, too. I mean, that song wasn't that popular in 70 whatever when it came out, but it became back into people's consciousness after that movie. You know the Jeff Healey cover of it?
No.
You ever heard the Jeff Healey version of it, Keith?
Now, can you dial it up for us?
Yeah, I'll find it for you guys after the next break or something. I'll find it for you guys. But he does a very. I think it's in the movie Roadhouse, maybe. I don't know, but it might have been.
He does a lot of.
Yeah.
He does a lot of things in that movie. So,
Um,
but you could, like I said, just for Pulp Fiction alone, you could go on and on. I never knew the name of the Chuck Berry tune when they were doing the Twist contest. That's a really old tune. They're probably people were like, "Oh, that." Well, I know Chuck Berry wasn't maybe his most popular tune, but then you have "Son of a Preacher Man" and that the one scene. So there's a lot of
that's a
songs
good
in
soundtrack.
that movie to go on and on about.
Yeah, that's a
So-
really good soundtrack. A lot of cool stuff on that. All right, Miss Lily V6, what do you got, girl?
It's not your turn?
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
No, really, again?
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like I just went. I got to go again. Okay, let's see. Okay, how about this one? We can go back to the 80s for this. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
And I knew you were going to go there because that was my.
Twisted child is a child. Come on, baby, now. Come on, working on it. Working on it. We're working on it.
The Punkles, although the in the movie they do the Beatles version of it, but yeah, I mean that song became, all of a sudden people wanted to hear it on the radio again. The radio stations were getting requests for it, and it's just because Ferris Bueller pantomimed to it in a parade.
Which was fantastic.
Yeah, which is fantastic. It's a super fun movie, like one of those beloved movies from that era, and that song is in it, and it reignited interest in the song, and it just goes to show you the power of that whole thing. I remember going to see that movie in the theater, and it was the first movie that I ever stayed through the credits.
Really?
First movie. I never stayed through. I loved the movie so much. Me and my friends were like. And then he comes on after the credits and does that whole
He's
thing.
like, "Go home."
Why are you still here? Go home. The movie's over. Which was later, that was parodied at the end of Deadpool 30 years later. But, yeah. So, iconic movie, classic tune. And what more can you say about that? Go ahead, Lily. What do you got, girl?
I have got Johnny B. Good, Chuck Berry in the movie Back to the Future.
That's right. That's in there, yeah.
It sure is. Michael J. Fox pretends like he's him.
Yeah, that's towards the end where he went all crazy. No one knew what to think of it. But
Yeah.
that's-
But your kids are going to love
your
it.
kids are.
Yeah, that's a really fun scene. Now this doesn't really kind of qualify because Huey Lewis wrote that song, "The Power of Love," for the movie, but it did become it did become a big hit, as a result of being in that movie. Huey Lewis at the time could kind of do no wrong. That was his era. He was riding that wave of those big hits that he had. If you want to see a cool episode of Behind the Music, you can go to YouTube and check out the Huey Lewis and then Behind the Music. It's really fun. And Huey is he's just as he seems. He's a very
He's
down to
lovable.
earth. Yeah, just very down to earth guy, and had a lot of screw ups in his music career and really wasn't looking for anything. He's like, I just wanted to put together the best bar band I could. And now the rest became history. But anyways, yeah, so that's definitely a cool thing. We got some comments, Lily, or
I'm looking here.
what do you got, Keith, while Lily's looking?
I'm actually going to go back because I thought you were going to pick. I'm going to go back to Ferris Bueller and another one I didn't know. There's a song on that soundtrack that became big. It was another movie, and you hear called "Oh Yeah" by Yellow.
Oh yeah.
One, and I first time I was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Then after that, it was in another movie which I can't remember. I've heard it at sporting events. I mean, that movie popularized that tune, and then when it took off, so now it's still probably played.
Keith, you're not gonna believe this, but my girlfriend made me watch some chick flick, and like a newer one, like one of those. It was one of those Melissa McCarthy
Okay.
movies, and that song is in it.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, like that. I mean, it's still floating around out there.
We've got Adam.
Yeah, just first time I heard it.
Mike Patton covered the entire Godfather movie. I don't know who that is. So. Let me see. Dead Man's Party, Back to School.
Oh yeah, that's Oingo Boingo.
Sang by Oingo.
Yes. Was that Maximum Overdrive, the Stephen King movie? I don't know.
Stephen King movie. Yeah, it has a lot of AC/DC songs in it.
Okay.
That's the whole soundtrack.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have the Tiger Survivor.
Yeah, but that
Okay.
song was written for
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
movie.
kind of feel. Yeah, I think that's one of kind of like an honorable mention sort of deal that doesn't technically count.
But it did become a big song, and like bands have cut. Who does some metal band has a remake of it out right now? One of those System of a something or other.
System of a Five-Finger Death Punch in the throat
Yeah,
of
System of a Five-Finger Death.
a Lamb of God. I don't know.
System of a god.
And then the last one was Power of Love, Huey Lewis.
yeah. Cool ones, man. So whose turn is my turn again?
No, it's my turn.
Sure.
No, it's your turn. I lied.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little more obscure. This was a big hit, this was like not this long. It wasn't even a big hit until many years after it had already come out. It showed up in the movie Trainspotting, and that's "Lust for Life" by Iggy Pop. And that is why that song, you hear it in it's in television commercials and everything. It's because it really came to prominence because of the movie Trainspotting, and the rest was kind of history. But that movie really ended up popularizing that song to where everybody wanted to hear it. Iggy Pop, "Lust for Life." Oh, do you know there's a "Lust for Life" by Lana Del Rey?
I did not know.
Because when I was scroogling this, I kept on coming across Lana Del Rey, and it's not the same song at all. But here's some band called Casbian, and they're doing it here. Let me turn this other thing down. You guys can check it out. You tell me what you guys think of this. This live, not the greatest production. Yeah. So, you guys, just to refresh your memory what "Lust for Life" is. So, "Lust for Life," Iggy Pop from soundtrack, Trainspotting soundtrack. Whose turn? Your turn?
My turn.
I'm all mixed up. We have the order whacked out. I don't know what I'm doing.
I have one from a TV show, Arrested Development. They did in a couple episodes the final countdown.
You serious?
If you're Europe, the final countdown. It's what you do. What's the commercial? Is that the Geico
That's
commercial?
true.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. With the microwave when he's like,
Yeah.
waiting for the food to be done. Yeah. Kind of wish that would happen every time I use the microwave, just to entertain myself.
Well, they should do that. Somebody should make a microwave that plays
Does
the final
that.
countdown as you're cooking. Your Hot Pocket. Isn't that the worst ever? Have you ever eaten Hot Pocket?
They're gross.
That's the most disgusting.
Yeah.
That shouldn't even be. They should not allow you to even put that in your mouth.
What, a Hot Pocket?
That's the worst food ever.
It's not the worst thing I've had in my mouth. It's
Yeah,
definitely up there with the worst things.
Oh, where's my sound effects when I need them? I need a producer. Yeah, I mean, a Hot Pocket, that's just like, yeah. That's like that. It's like, what is this? It's like cardboard. You can't, the little cardboard thing that comes in, like.
It kind of tastes like that. It's not
if you
different.
eat that, you wouldn't know the difference. It's the same thing. And then it burns the shit out of your mouth.
And then you have no taste buds for a
Yeah,
day.
you're
all gone.
like, that's awful. Don't eat. Fans, please, if you're a fan of Ludini Rock and Roll Circus, hard rock and metal circus, please do me a favor. Do not eat Hot Pockets. Just don't.
Just don't do
Just
it.
don't. If you do eat Hot Pockets, I want you to take up some photos of the diarrhea and send it to Lily because she's.
No, don't send it to Lily, please. Do not send that stuff.
Oh God. So what do you got there, Keefster?
All right, I'm going to go with a cover of a tune that was a Woodstock era tune, but when Jim Carrey sings "Somebody to Love" by Jefferson Airplane and The Cable Guy, that shit is some fall down funny shit to watch him do that at the best karaoke jam. I mean, to watch him just gyrate on the floor and do all his goofy moves, he has that little speech impediment thing going on, so it's that funny. So that's actually back when Jim Carrey was funny.
Have you seen any of his like serious stuff that he's played? He's played a couple of kind of serious movies lately. Have you seen any of that stuff?
No, I just watch him do pictures of Donald Trump, politicians and stuff. He's like a serious artist.
He draws pictures.
He's like a painter.
Oh, I
He
didn't
does
know.
like Donald Trump, like looking, and he had a couple of Trump and Rudy Giuliani with the devil. We had a couple of like really interesting ones. So.
Cool. Interesting. Did not know that. The things you learn listening to Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus. We're going to take a little break. It's almost 9:30. We started on time tonight, so we can take a little break, and we're going to jam out this band that's, I should go ahead and give the
info.
yeah, the info, because this band got sent to me by, girl, what's your name? Girlfriend, Angela Mockbee.
Oh, Angela.
You know Angela?
I do.
So they posted this on Rock Rage Radio and said, "Hey, does anybody want to be interested in promoting this band?" I thought, sure, why not? And this is a track from one of their. They have like a double album out that you can get that has some of their tracks from 2011 and 2010. So you can get that on what's this thing called, Bandcamp. BBB Bob and Rock and Roll double album. So check this out, guys. This is a track called Bump in the Road. Super Bob on the Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus.
You're a virtual stick up. I think you fucked up. You think it's alright. You'd rather take than try to create. So pathetic, just a bump in the road. Catch up, I'll never give up. Shut up, you're like a snake, a fake, a little wanted bitch. Now faced with your fake nails, embrace it. Just a bump in the road. You're a thief in your eyes. I see hate, bound by all your lies. My footing you want, take it if you could. This is a chance to try. New road for sun, you're just a bump in the road. Just a bump in the road. New road for sun, you're just a bump in the road. Just a bump in the road. Wake up, you're a miserable fuck up. You think I don't know, you think I can't see you. Gotta take, you're such a fake, so pathetic. You're just a bump in the road. Catch up, you're gonna regret your ways. I wanna make you take a little look inside. Someday I hope you just run away. You're just a bump in my road. You're a thief in your eyes. I see hate, bound by all your lies. My footing you want, take it if you could. This is an invitation. New road for sun, you're just a bump in the road. Just a bump in the road. New road for sun, you're just a bump in the road. Just a bump in the road. One day, I'ma come for you. One day, I'm gonna get you, punk. One day, I got something for you. One day, you're gonna see me soon. And on the day that you fall, I'm gonna laugh. You're just a bump in the road. New road for sun, you're just a bump in the road. Just a bump in the road. New road for sun, you're just a bump in the road. Just a bump in the road. Move over, son. Move over, son. Just a bump. Just a bump in my road. Move over, son. Move over, son. Just a bump. Just a bump.
All right. Super Bob. I gotta get everybody's microphone back on here.
That's not important.
We was partying and not partying. Excuse me. That was a personal problem. We were partying here and lost track of what we were doing. We were talking about some cool stuff. We have a lot more songs to talk with you guys about here in a second, but I want to do something fun. Can we do something fun?
Let's do something fun.
Do something fun. I know nobody likes to do fun stuff, but I'm going to turn down Thunder Mother for a second. But check this out. This is a mashup. DJ Cumberbund. You guys should just go to YouTube and just these are all great. But this is one with see if you recognize this. Sound familiar?
Not anymore.
Crazy, but that's how it goes. Millions of people living this Maybe
Even the video's good.
The video's awesome.
it's not so late.
You guys have to see the video. DJ Cumberbund. You can just search that on YouTube. Check out the chorus. Very clever. Very clever.
Good stuff.
Okay. All right. So we are back, and we're talking about songs that got a second lease on life because of a movie or or something on TV or TV show. So that's today's discussion here. You're listening to Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus. You want to go to LudiniRockandRollCircus.com and please share the podcast around. This is how we promote music in 2018. Get yourself a little merchandise too. We got cool T-shirts and stuff there. Go ahead and click on that. And more merchandise is coming. We got all kind of cool stuff. We have Ludini drones coming. We're going to be We're going to be selling other rock. You're going to be able. You guys like Ozzy shirts and Zeppelin shirts and stuff like that. We're going to have all that stuff. It's all coming very, very soon. We're working together. My brother Kerry from England is helping me put it together. So a lot of cool stuff is happening. So stay tuned. Keep checking that back at LudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Okay, so whose turn is it?
I don't remember now.
Who wants to go?
You go.
Go ahead.
All right, I'll go.
Lily's
Yes,
going to go.
sir.
All right. So I don't know the band, but I remember the song because it kind of like terrified me. But from the TV show Lost, Make Your Own Kind of Music. It's Mama. I don't know if you saw the show, but like kind of like was in several episodes because it redid the same scene, and it was very terrifying for me.
Who does the song?
Mama Cass, Cass,
Mama from the Mamas and the Papas.
I guess.
It's called what again?
It's called Make Your Own Kind of Music from the TV show Lost.
I don't know it.
But yeah, it terrified me. That song terrifies me.
Well, Lily,
Did you make it?
I would never make that up.
I call shenanigans.
Seriously, look it up.
I don't know that. You stumped,
Sorry.
which is hard to do, but I'm that one.
Yeah, I'm
Stumped. But
I just remember it was
I have one
terrifying.
that I can't believe you haven't mentioned yet.
Me? Go ahead.
Yep. Go ahead, Keith. You go, then I'll mention the one.
actually, this song was an '80s tune. Marilyn Manson did a cover of "Pain and Love," and it was on the Not Another Teen movie. And
That's what that was in. I did not know that.
It took off again after that. So his cover of it brought that song back to life.
Well,
And you
that
still hear that song.
isn't that
Still
special.
hear the soft stuff version of it too. Probably more.
Oh, of course. Yeah, once it comes out, then people go back and hear the old version. Okay, I'm going to throw one that I can't believe Lily does not know.
I might know it. I just probably didn't remember it.
How about Home Sweet Home by Lily V6, by Lily Van Crew, by Motley Crue from Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah. Motley Lou did
Motley
it, by
Lou.
the way.
Let's see. I have a cover of this by somebody. Oh, check this out. This is Chester Bennington with Motley Crue doing it. You guys want to hear it?
Sure. It's probably good, actually.
You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away and hide, 'cause I couldn't go home. Just when things went right, suddenly it all went wrong. Just take this song and you'll never feel left all alone. Take me to your heart.
Anyways, I better
Feel me
cut
in
it
your
before we get told we can't play it. Before YouTube.
They slap our hands.
Yeah, Facebook face slaps our butts. for playing
Face
this. So-
slaps our butts.
Anyway, so before we get face slapped. But yeah, so and there is a cool version of it featuring Chester Bennington. Rest in peace. So you guys can check that out. That's on YouTube. You can check it out. So yeah, did you know that that movie was that song? That movie was in that song. The song was in that movie.
I did. I totally didn't think about that though.
Yeah,
Totally didn't think about it. And I love that movie too.
And Carrie Underpants does a version of it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
not happy
terrible. It's awful.
That
It
makes
is
me
like-
mad.
Yes, it's. I know. Keith is like, can we get off the Motley Crue shit like now? But I just got to say, I think that is a cool song, and she just, I mean, she completely bastardizes it.
that. I don't like her anyway.
It's just, it's horrible. Fuck you, Carrie Underwood.
I
All right, there
heard
goes
another
our-
country artist.
Huh?
I heard another country artist cover that too. I think Jake Owen or whatever flavor of the month they have out now. Some dude in a cowboy hat.
Oh, that doesn't narrow it down for me.
One of those bro country
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, it's somebody else did a version of that song too.
What if there's bro country? Is there hoe country? That's what Carrie Underwood is. That's hoe country.
Yeah, there is.
I guess.
I need more alcohol. Hold on a minute.
Uh-oh.
What's everybody drinking? Somebody tell me what you're drinking. Maybe I'll send you a T-shirt.
Ooh, better be good.
You gotta tell me something you're drinking.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
All right.
Nope.
Is anybody drinking? Whoops. Oh, no.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness you didn't spill the alcohol.
That would have been alcohol abuse. If somebody tells me I wanted somebody to say something like, I've been drinking cleaning products all day,
Something unique, guys.
then I would have been impressed. But anyway, so who's Lily? Go ahead.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Did we skip you, Keith?
I think we did.
Keith, go ahead.
About three. Keep going.
Did we skip you?
About 3 times, but just
Oh
keep
no,
going.
God, let Keith go. Let go,
I'm-
Keith.
I'm
He's gonna
glad
cry.
Keith go.
I could see the tears welling up in his eyes.
Just let those out. I don't care.
Come on,
Come on,
Keith.
Keith.
Come on,
Do
Keith.
it.
Keith,
Keith,
go ahead.
Keith.
I'll just sit back and listen. I don't offer shit to the show anyway. How about you lost that loving feeling in Top Gun? There you go. Serenaded by Tom Cruise himself and Goose.
What's
think about
Goose's
that
name?
one?
You said Goose.
Oh, dude, you made me think of another one.
Oh, crap.
You made me think of another one that became a big hit after a movie. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and see if anybody else gets it. But that's a great one.
Maverick and Goose?
No, what's Goose's real name?
Anthony Edwards.
Thank you.
Goose Goslin. Never mind.
Aren't they doing a
can't
Top Gun
fuck with
2?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Tom
you
Cruise
can't-
is gonna come out with like a cane,
I hate you.
Who's that? Tom Cruise. He's still doing Mission Impossible.
I know.
for
I want to
Christ's sake.
see that, dude. I went instead of seeing that this weekend. Listen to me. Let me tell you why I did not go out. Okay, because my girlfriend. I was trying to
Uh-oh.
be nice. I'm like, honey, I'll go whatever movie you want to go see. So I know Keith is gonna mock me for this. So I'm ready to suck it up.
I can't wait.
Okay, The Spy Who Dumped Me. So we went.
What is that?
it's one of those Mila Kunis movies, It's R-rated. There's a lot of language and stuff in it, but they went the completely wrong way with it. It was just like not. Even Sharon was like, "Yeah, it kind of sucked." So we leave the movie theater and we realize we didn't have anything substantive to eat like all day. So I'm like, Sharon's favorite thing to do is eat. So like I can always talk her into like going and getting food. You know what I mean? If I buy, because she's broke as a joke, but she'll go get the food. So she's like, her favorite thing is permanis. So I'm like, yeah, let's go get permanis. I'll give you money. Go get permanis. I'll chill at the house and get a shower, whatever, and wait for you to come back. So she's not coming back. I'm like, there's nothing. I'm like, what the fuck? So I get this text saying that she's at a DUI checkpoint. And we had a beer at the movie theater. And she had a mixed drink that she was drinking kind of off and on, like before we left, and then so, but she got through that totally fine, no problem. She just drove right through it, and then she gets on 79 and gets pulled over by the state cops
Oh.
because she has with that third brake light in the back. They get the third brake light in the rear window, that was out. So they pulled her over. They did the whole thing. They made her hop on one foot, say the alphabet backwards, and the whole thing. She was like pooping her pants, and then they gave her a fucking breathalyzer. And she was freaking the fuck out. And they wanted to bust her so bad, but she was under the limit.
So they can't do anything
No,
about
they
it
didn't.
then.
They didn't. But she just scared the shit. So after
was
that,
probably
we were
peeing
like,
herself,
we were
for
like,
real.
when she came back, I'm like, we're not going anywhere. We're just staying home the rest of the week. We're not taking a chance, because they're gonna pull you over for that
Aw.
when you weren't even driving crazy or anything. We're not even fucking risking
Well, that's because
it.
they were bored.
Yeah, and then they saw girl and they thought they could intimidate her, but
Oh my god, I saw tons of cops all weekend.
Thanks, dude.
So anyhow, whose turn is it? You lost that love and feeling from Top Gun. Good one, Keith. I'm so not worthy. Good one. But I got one. Neither one of you guys are gonna fucking remember. I know it. Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
I'm like getting down to the wire here.
I got a good one. I got such a good one.
I guess before I get to anything that we already all know, I picked What Is Love from Night at the Roxbury.
Okay, I didn't ever
Hadway.
see that movie, but I did know about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Just because I used to dance to it all the time at Matrix. Gonna go ahead and show my age a little bit there, I guess.
All right, you guys. Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
How about this one? Listen to this. Unchained Melody from Ghost. That was that was a song from the 60s, and it blew up and became a big hit all over the freaking radio again because Patrick Swayze and
Demi Moore
and
Did the dirty on the thing.
yeah, did the dirty on the thing. Ooh.
Yeah, I couldn't
While
do
the
it
thing was
myself.
spinning around.
Yeah.
I wish they would have made that like a kinky sex toy. I just
How do you
ruined-
know they
I-
didn't? They
I
just
just
didn't make it a
ruined that
scene.
movie, didn't I? For a lot of people.
No.
But did you ever see that movie, Keith? Ghost?
Yeah, but before you get so, I had that on my list.
Did you?
Sorry.
Okay, all right. But here, let me tell you about my experience seeing that movie. So that movie in the movie theater. I was dating this girl,
I knew you were going to say that.
and we drove to see it in the movie theater out in Altoona, and
You drove to friggin' Altoona, that movie?
what she lived in Bedford, so that was the closest like town where you go to a movie theater. So you guys won't believe this. People, I mean, I've been to movies where it was like people got a little teared up, whatever. People were weeping,
What?
like crying their eyes out. I mean, I'd never been to a movie before or since where people got that emotional about. And I think that like whether you like that movie or not, you have to give it its due for being for touching a nerve in people at that time. I mean, it really moved people. And I admit, I got a little choked up on it. I mean, I got.
That's
where it
because you
comes
didn't
from.
get to do the dirty on
Oh,
the pottery wheel.
I didn't get to do the dirty on Demi Moore's back.
on her face.
Bukkake.
That happened to me once. That happened to me once a long time ago. I cried during the movie. It was the Blair Witch Project. I cried. It was so fucking bad that it made me sad. It was awful. I walked out, cried like a baby. I demanded my money back in no dice. So at that point,
Wait a
time I ever
minute.
cried.
Wait a minute.
was watching
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. I thought you liked the Blair Witch Project. You don't like that movie?
It doesn't seem like doesn't seem like a Keith
hey,
movie.
Hey, Keith, watch the pinky.
Pinky out, bud.
Watch the pinky. A little too much with the pinky. There.
a little
with
less.
the pinky.
A little less, I guess.
A little less with the pinky.
I gave
See, this is why people love us.
Why? Because we're
I gave the movie
fucking
credit when it
weirdos.
first came out. After a while, because everybody ripped it off with that moving camera and bullshit. It was ahead of its time, I'll say that. But the movie's just not good.
It's the first. What do they call that? Found footage.
Yeah, found footage.
Official from. But I couldn't watch it. I went on a date with a girl.
I went to the drive-in to see
She
it.
watched it. It nauseated me. I still have not seen that movie. All that like with the camera, I'm like.
Well, when you're looking up the girl's nose when she's got the light and the camera right there, I'm like, all right, I just want to go home.
I hardly saw any of it because I was like, Kathy was like, "Are you falling asleep?" I'm like, "No, I'm about ready to puke my guts out."
I don't think this is the second one like that. I don't
The second
remember.
one is not like that, no. But I saw that too, unfortunately. I don't know why I watched that. Somebody talked me into that, and it's very forgettable. I don't know if it's good or bad, just forgettable.
I think it was dumb.
Okay, so what do we got? Who's next? Keith. Lily, who's next?
Really?
It's my
Nobody.
turn. Okay, let me see. Since I hardly have any left here, I'm gonna have to do one of the obvious ones because I'm out of things. So I'm gonna pick "Tiny Dancer" from Almost Famous, Elton John. The scene on the bus is just awesome with everybody
Of course,
singing.
and let's go ahead and listen to a rock version of that. I knew we were going to be talking about that. Okay, so Tiny Dancer from Almost Famous, like, right.
I
That's
mean,
like the best
It's a great
moment.
movie.
and all that shit goes down, and then they're like just, and before you know, they all start singing that song, and it kind of shows you like how music transcends everything. I mean, I think that was kind of the sort of like thing about that scene was like they just went to this thing where they all told each other that you know, I don't even like you, and now I'm gonna fucking die with you, and and then they then that's all over, and that's such a great movie. And now see, I want to go upstairs after this podcast
And watch it.
and watch Almost Famous. That's just a great movie. So, anyways, go ahead, Kate. Whose turn is
Great
it?
scene. Great scene from a great movie. Yeah. We're gonna go to TV for a minute for a way overused song, but in the last episode of The Sopranos, don't stop believing. I mean, Christ, it's been on every other friggin' thing and every time, but that's one show that was had staying power, and people were a little confused by the ending. But that song was rolling, and that's still it's the most downloaded tune of all time, isn't it?
I
Oh,
believe
wow.
It was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't it wasn't a remade for the what's the show where the kids sing Glee?
Oh, I never
Yeah,
saw that
there
show.
was a
but-
Glee version of it that everybody loved. But who's Jason Pinkney? Jason, what's up? I got to get out your jam, brother. I'm so sorry. Let's talk about. I'm going to talk about a one that's I think kind of overdone, but is everywhere. And this is so interesting because this is not even this band's biggest hit, but people think that this is this band. The White Stripes' biggest charting single is not Seven Nation Army. It's Icky Thump. Literally it is. But
What's that?
Icky Thump is their biggest charting single. But Seven Nation Army is their like most recognizable song because it's played at all the sporting events. It's been in tons of like everything.
Super catchy.
Yeah, it's like everywhere. So it's not so much. I don't know if it's in any movies, but it is just like you hear it constantly. And that chorus, people actually sing. This is what's interesting about that song. People don't sing the words; they sing the riff. Bum 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 bum. I mean, you hear entire stadium of people going like bum 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 bum. That's really freaking amazing, whether you like the song or not. But it is like I would put it right up there with the kind of "Don't Stop Believing." It's really like kind of like overblown. But interestingly, it just was not as big of a single as Icky Thump. Just a little trivia for you guys there. You guys want to talk? I have a couple other smaller ones before we get to I think we all want to talk about Wayne's World, don't we?
Who doesn't?
What do you want? You guys want to talk about Wayne's World? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Here's a couple smaller ones. Iron Man, because of the Marvel thing,
Yeah, right.
and the Immigrant Song
Yeah.
is another one because of the Marvel thing.
That's also in Shrek the Third. Just throwing a cartoon out there for
Which
you.
one?
Shrek the Third.
Which was song?
Immigrant Song.
Immigrant Song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a video, and I don't know if it's Grunge or Watch Mojo or Looper talks about Led Zeppelin songs being used in movies, and there's a lot of them, but they are the rumor is it's 7 figures if you want to use a Led Zeppelin song in your movie.
What?
That's
Well,
the
let me
rumor.
tell you
It's
what,
7 freaking figures.
There was a series I just watched on HBO called Sharp Objects. It was really good. It was like
That's in
6
that
parts, I think.
discussion. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, there's Zeppelin all through
Yeah.
that. Like the main character, that's her
That's her
band.
song. Yeah, I
She's
saw it.
just-
Think. Yeah.
When she's running down the road, there's Zeppelin playing the whole time. So somebody just put 7 figures is that per song?
I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I had heard. I don't know if that's true or not. The room.
I mean, here-
those
here-
numbers aren't
here.
going to be public knowledge. They're not going to publicize that. But the rumor is that it's 7 figures if you want to use.
Wow,
Led
that's
Zeppelin.
crazy. And that was just sort of a snippet for the cartoon. I
Yeah.
hope they didn't have to pay that much.
Yeah. I mean, it's
It was like the
just-
very beginning of the song.
and Immigrant Song is like in the latest Thor. There's there's like under this opening sequence, and then that song kicks in, and there's this big fight scene, and it really like makes the
It
whole
works.
thing like way cooler because it's just a cheesy like action sequence, but because the Immigrant Song is playing, like yeah, this is awesome, it's just like and so it just goes to show you how cool music can be, and of course Iron Man because of Iron Man, absolutely huge. So what do you want to talk? You guys want to talk about Wayne's? Who wants to talk about Wayne's World?
You can talk about Wayne's World.
No, Keith, go ahead. I've been yakking all night.
No, go ahead.
Well,
I mean, it's
All right, Wayne's World.
It's the choice,
Well, that's what it is, man. I mean, that was song. I think when people think of a song that got resurrected because of a movie, probably Tiny Dancer and Bohemian Rhapsody are probably like
Neck and
kind of
neck.
neck and neck in terms of the most, in
Yeah,
the
I mean,
pop consciousness. And that song, Bohemian Rhapsody,
Everybody sings that song in their damn car when it comes on. You don't not sing it.
and that song became a hit again. It's like documented, like made the charts, got on the radio.
No,
it was
it
like
started at number 2. After
yeah.
after
Like,
that, became back and it was number 2 on the chart.
yeah. I mean, because of that freaking movie, So Queen's got to be kissing Mike Myers' ass. Like, they got to be really happy about that shit, because, but that's an iconic scene. This Bohemian Rhapsody, have you ever covered Bohemian Rhapsody in a band, Keith?
Huh?
Have you ever covered Bohemian Rhapsody in a band?
Hell no.
Well, there's a cover of it. So I was gonna play it for you guys and let you hear it after this commercial gets played. That's not sponsoring my podcast, but yeah, check this out. This is a bit.
Lake Street Dive does it.
Well, I mean, right. Those kind of bands that got killer vocals do it, but I'm just talking about like a rock band. This is just a rock band doing it.
Put a gun against his head, pulled the trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life has just begun, and now I've got it thrown it all.
Okay, we just.
Who's that?
That was a band called. Oh, my computer screwed up. Just a minute, guys. Give me a second here. I just had a weird computer thing happen. And let me see if I can get my stuff back up.
It glitched.
Yeah, I had a glitch. So, you guys still there? Can you hear me, Keith?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Okay, we're still there. Okay, hopefully we're still doing our thing. Looks like the recording's like, yeah, we had a weird glitchy thing happen. Between the Buried and Me, is the name of the band covering Bohemian Rhapsody that we got so rudely cut off from listening to.
Jerks.
But anyway, and Lake Street Dive, and what I'll do is, why don't you guys talk about something for a second?
Well, I can read some of the things
And
here.
I'm going to find the Lake Street Dive version because Keith introduced me to that, and that is very cool. Go ahead.
Crash said in the air tonight, Miami Vice.
Yeah.
And he's also drinking Miller Lite, just so you know.
'Cause everything else is just a lie. Oh, it's Bud Light.
The Skyliners tunes from Lethal Weapon, also by Crash. Someone said also Wayne's World Foxy Lady.
Ballroom Blitz.
Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah.
And Rock Around the Clock, American Graffiti by Jason Pinkney. I just watched that last night, actually.
Do you guys want to hear Lake Street
Yeah,
Dive
for
and a little
sure.
bit of Bohemian Rhapsody? Check this out.
Is this the real life?
It's a great video too.
Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from
Can you hear it, Keith?
reality.
Badass, man.
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a puppet. I need
The female singer wears a Freddie Mercury
Mustache.
mustache.
Easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me. Mama, I just killed a man.
The video is great, dude.
Wow.
Put a gun against his head. Pulled my trigger, now he's dead.
And they're performing this live in the video. This isn't pre-recorded.
Life had just begun, and I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, carry on.
Hope you guys in Facebook land can hear it.
send shivers down my spine. Body
And there's very little orchestration on this, guys. This is a drummer playing a small kit with brushes, stand-up bass, and one guitar player. But all four of them sing and sing very, very well.
Yeah,
and the lead
right?
vocalist has a great voice, and she's doing a great Freddie Mercury sort of like impression vibe, whatever. So Lake Street Dive. Keith, thank you. You introduced me to these guys. But
They're the most underrated band around, man.
they're a great band. Yeah, so just anything that they do, you will like. Just search them on YouTube, and you'll be very impressed. So, do we have a top 10?
I don't know.
Somewhere.
It's a podcast, so we're supposed to be.
Can we do
talking.
a top 5?
What do you want to do, Keith? You got a top 10? I think that,
I
like,
guess.
okay, wait. Let's talk about let's talk about the easy stuff first. Make it easy. Bohemian Rhapsody, number 1.
Yeah.
Tiny Dancer,
Dancer.
number 2. Okay, so we got 1 and 2. So let's just fill in the rest.
Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that for number.
Believing. Yeah, good one.
Let me see.
I got some obscure ones. I mean, like the Twist and Shout.
Put Twist and Shout on there. What about What about Stuck in the Middle?
I was just gonna say that one.
The middle, you know, can't go wrong with somebody cutting off somebody's ear to that tune. That's
What
pretty
about La
wild.
Bamba?
Yeah, I gotta put that one on mine.
Yeah, do that one.
Well, that's 6.
You want to talk? You want to do the one from Ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
what's
a good
that
one.
called?
Unchained.
Melody.
Melody.
Yeah.
Oh, you know one we didn't mention.
Old time rock and roll.
Oh, it's all time rock. Let's put that on there. What about In Your Eyes from Almost Famous?
So, it was like it came out in '86 and the movie came out in '89, so it probably did. You know, I mean, when you see that movie and he's standing there in that scene when he's trying to get her back and he puts up the old.
I mean, a lot of people
The boombox.
a lot of people. That's the memory of that song for them is In Your Eyes.
Yeah, that's the
It's
thing.
this-
That was like
yeah.
2 years before that, and it wasn't specifically written for the movie. I had to actually think about that too because I knew they came around late '80s. But yeah, that one by Peter Gabriel is one that you just definitely associate with that movie easily. So.
Put that on the list. So how many are we up to, girl?
9.
We have
one more. One more.
So we got to put In Your Eyes on there for number 9. And what do you want to talk about for number 10? Which ones? What's going to be on number 10?
Number 10. Man.
Man, that's a tough one.
I know, right? I'm trying to look at my list here.
I have Interlude left. That's that's one from a big movie, but it's only at the beginning. But it's still
What is it, Keith?
the Miserlou Dick Dale one.
Yeah, let's put
I
Miserlou.
kind of want to put that as
Yeah,
10.
yeah, that's number 10. Okay. All right, everybody. Are you guys ready? Who's ready?
Are we?
Tell me
ready?
if you're ready. Okay. All right. So
Wow.
here we go. Number 10.
That song from Pulp Fiction that I keep missing the name of it.
Miserlou.
Thank you.
Okay. What is number 9?
In Your Eyes.
All right, In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel from the movie Almost. What's the movie called?
Were you going to say Almost Famous?
Almost Famous.
Say Anything.
Okay, go ahead.
Old Time Rock and Roll. Bob Seger.
Bob Seger from.
Risky Business.
Okay.
Wow.
What number are we on?
Wait, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Number 7.
Unchained Melody. Righteous Brothers. Ghost.
Okay, what's number 6?
La Bamba. From La Bamba.
La Bamba from La Bamba. All right. Okay. What's number 5?
Stuck in the Middle with You.
All right, Stuck in the Middle.
Steelers
Steelers Wheel. What do you got for number 4?
Wow. Twist and Shout from Ferris Bueller, Beatles. Wow, really?
Okay. What's number 3?
Don't Stop Believin'.
All right.
Journey, Sopranos.
What's
Wow.
number 2?
Tiny Dancer by Elton John. Almost Famous.
And the number 1 movie, the number 1 song is
Bohemian Rhapsody, Wayne's World by Queen.
let's give that a good one.
Yeah, pick a good
All right.
one.
Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody from Wayne's World. Oh, guys, you've been listening to Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus. My name is Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Ludini. We had a lot of fun tonight. Appreciate everybody who hung out with us tonight. We're going to give if you can give everybody a few
I
shout
can
outs.
jump on a couple of them here. We've got Adam Koiser, Kitra Scott. That's our people. Chris Thunderwolf, Crash McCracken, Jason Wargo, Brandon Wilson, John Fox, Tim Harvey. I keep repeating here. Mike Showalter, Josh Montadoro, Lars Cothern. Who else? Helder Oldfield Rock. I don't know who that is. Lisa Ray, Mercant Post, Tim Johnson, Peter Stragenberg, Rick Bierbauer, Alexander Lamont, Timothy Bender. Oh my God, Randy Schmidt. There's so many. Nick Johnson.
Wow. Okay, so in other words, it was a good night. We had a good crowd.
We
tonight.
had a ton of people. Tracy Sampson, Jason Pinkney. Yeah.
Jason, we really appreciate you, man. You've been a long time. First, you and Chris and Raven and those guys.
My best friend.
Crash, you guys have been around a long time, and we really appreciate you guys hanging out. Keith, any parting shots? Any parting thoughts, my friend?
Don't mess with fire ants. They'll kick your ass.
All right.
Don't go camping with drunks.
Don't go camping with drunks. Lily went camping with drunks, and somebody threw a cigarette through your tent, or what?
Somebody threw a lit cigarette at my tent and burned a hole in it while I was sleeping.
Wow.
And then he peed on it. Not to take out the fire or anything. He just, had to pee. So, yeah.
What? What kind of people you camping with?
These were strangers. I didn't know who they were. We were all camping at a music festival.
That's just crazy.
Interesting.
And I don't normally camp. I'm probably never going to do it again now.
Yeah, pretty overrated.
Yeah. I don't like sleeping on the ground. It's not my thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
That's
don't like
terrible.
fucking wild shitting in the woods and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not about that life. I like the drinking part of it.
Well, that's always fun. You could do that.
I could do that anywhere, though, of course. Yeah.
All right, guys, you've been listening to Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus. You want to go to LudiniRockandRollCircus.com for the website. Please share the podcasts, the ones that you love, especially. If you love an artist, let your friends know about it. This is how music gets promoted in 2018. A little bit of merchandise there. We got more coming, so check it out. Get yourself a cool Ludini Rock and Roll t-shirt. Take a photo. We'll put it up all around our social media channels and give you a little shout out. We do really appreciate it. Everybody that hung out with us tonight, you guys do not know how much that is really, really appreciated.
It was a good crowd.
Yeah, it really is. That we got good folks out there that support great guitar-driven rock. If you want some behind-the-scenes stuff, and we're going to be heading over there now. If you're part of the inner circle, you're going to get a chance to hang out with us while we plot next week's show. So you guys can do that. At LouLombardiMusic.com/inner circle. You get access to some exclusive conversation. There's a private Facebook group, exclusive video, exclusive music. You can check that out. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And we're going to rock out of here with a track. This is just an old Ludini Rock and Roll Circus favorite. And we've been playing this song since we've had the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus. I do not know why. I absolutely love the shit out of this song. But it's Kiss Tried to Kill Me by the Black Spiders. We're going to rock out of here. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We'll catch you guys all next on the next Ludini Rock and Roll Circus.